Laitkam aspirants. Today we'll be solving the English section for UBSI. So the UBSI English section consists of two parts. The first one is the descriptive paper, whereby you have to write long answer type questions such as essay, letter writing, and such. And the second section consists of MCQ type questions. So today we will solve the second section, and the first section we leave it for the future dates. So the second part, that is the MCQ type questions, we'll solve that. And the first question here is passage. So for solving passage, you basically need to be able to read the passage and be able to comprehend, and in turn you will have to solve some MCQs. So let us read the passage first of all. Okay, an old man with steel okay, an old man with steel rimmed spectacles and very dusty clothes sat by the side of the road. There were pontoon bridge across the river, and cars, trucks, men, women, and children were crossing it. Okay, the mule-drawn carts staggered up the steel bank from the bridge with soldiers helping to push against the spoke of the wheel. The truck, the trucks ground up and away, heading out of it all. The peasants plodded away. The peasants plodded away in an ankle-deep dust, but the old man sat there without moving. So the passage is basically about a man looking over people passing by this bridge, and some kind of this mule-drawn cart has been stuck, and the soldiers were trying to push it. So that is basically what the passage is trying to say. But let us look into the questions, so that we'll be able to better understand and be able to solve it better. So first question, that is question number 5. What does it say? Why was he sitting there? Okay, the correct answer here is to watch people passing by, because he was just sitting there by the side and watching children, man, woman passing by. Okay, next. Who were helping to push the mule drawn cart? So who were helping? The soldiers were helping. Okay, the soldiers were helping. Next, what was the old man wearing? The old man was wearing steel rimmed spectacles and very dusty clothes. So that is what the correct answer is. Next, mention those who crossed the bridge other than human beings. So who were the people crossing the bridge? It was the man, woman, children. But along with that, cars and trucks also were crossing the bridge. So correct option here is, since they are saying beside human beings. So as I said before, human being here are man, woman, and children. So the only thing left here is cars and trucks. So the correct option here is cars and trucks. Okay, next. Where was the old man sitting? The old man was sitting by the side of the road. So here the correct option is C, by the side of the road. So that is how you solve the passage questions. You just need to be able to read it very carefully and don't miss out any important points. Okay, next. Choose the correct part of speech for the underlined words from the list given in the option. So it is basically, you must know the part of speech. So okay, this question number 10. However, there are a number of places and events that really must be seen and enjoyed if you are in Shillong. So they are asking what is however in this sentence. Okay, let me tell you, let me elaborate further. Okay, verb. Verb, when we say verb is basically action. Just know one thing, verb is action. Okay, next. Preposition. Preposition is any word that connects to, okay, that shows the relationship between two sentences or two words. Basically, it shows the relation between two sentences or two words. Conjunction basically acts as a connector between. So don't get confused between preposition and conjunction. Preposition shows the relationship, but the connector, it acts as a this conjunction basically acts as a connector. So often we get confused between preposition and conjunction. So just know that preposition shows relationship, and the conjunction acts as a connector. And interjection is a sudden rush of emotion, a sudden feeling. So anything that supposedly a word like wow is an interjection. A word like alas is an interjection. So interjection is basically used when we want to dramatize a sentence or a word or something. We use interjection. So, however, in this context, however, basically is acting as a connector. It's basically acting as a connector because it is not an action. It is not a sudden rush of any intense feeling. It is not showing any relationship, but it is acting as a connector. Okay, I hope that you understand some part of what I have tried to teach you. Okay, let us look into the question number 11. What does it say? It says, I'd like to thank you all for attending to this meeting. So here the correct option here is preposition. Why preposition? Because for is acting is basically showing the relationship between these two sentences. These two sentences, this sentence 1 and sentence 2. For is acting as is basically acting as uh, showing basically the relationship between these two sentences. Okay, question number 12. Many donations are given anonymously to charity every day. Okay, even here, let me elaborate. I think verb, you already know. Verb is action. Verb is action. Adverb is so adverb we use to further elaborate an action. Further elaborate an action. Supposedly, if I say I run, run here is a verb, but when I say I run quickly or I run slowly, so the word slowly or quickly is an adverb. It basically elaborates on the verb. So that is what an adverb is. It basically elaborates verb. Okay, next an adjective. So an adjective it elaborates or yes, it elaborates on noun. So noun is we can define noun into four things, that is name, place, things, or ideas. An adjective is just like in the case of verb, an adverb elaborates on the verb. In the same way, adjective elaborates on the noun. So elaborates noun. And pronoun is when we don't want to use, supposedly if my name is Mr. X and I don't want to use Mr. X again and again, I can just write he instead of Mr. X. Instead of my full name, I can just write Mr. X was going there and he sat down. So he is basically a pronoun is basically a replacement for noun. When we don't want to repeat the word again and again, the name again and again, we use pronoun. A pronoun can be he, she, etc. So I hope you at least got some points of what I'm trying to explain. Okay, let us look into the question. Many donations are given anonymously. So here given is a verb. Given is a verb since it is an action, and anonymously is basically elaborating further on the verb. So here anything that elaborates on the verb is an adverb. So the correct option here is A, adverb. Okay, next. Fill in the blanks with the most appropriate form of verb. If okay, as I said before, I think you already know what is a noun or what is a verb. Verb is basically an action, but further, a verb can be classified into two things. First of all is the action that we already know, but second is an auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb or a helping verb. So helping verb here can be is, did, have, are. So these all are helping verb. There's it comes before just remember, it comes before the main verb, that is the action. So let us look into the question number 13. One of my best friend dash moving to Delhi. So moving here is the main verb. So what will be the auxiliary verb or the helping verb that comes before moving. So to solve this kind of question, we must read the question very carefully. So here, one of my best friends. So we already know one of my best friend. He's speaking about singular person. Uh, okay. What and this entire sentence is in the present tense. First of all, it is speaking in a singular, speaking about single person, so singular. Secondly, it is in the present tense. So here, one of my best friend. The correct option here should be is moving to Delhi. We The other option is not appropriate for the question. So the correct option here is moving to Delhi. Since this is both in the past, in the present tense, and is used for a singular person. Okay, whereas in the case in the other option where R is used for plural individual, and that it doesn't make sense, and have is used for past tense. So the correct option here is. Okay, next. Kareem is the only one of those students who dash live up to the potential described in the yearbook. So this question is in the past. First of all, anything in the past will have ed in a sentence. So this one it has ed in two places. Kareem is the only one of those students who dash live up to the potential described in the yearbook. So here the correct option should be has. Is and have are is, have and having are in the present tense, but the entire question is in the past tense. So the correct option here is has. So B is the correct option. So that is how we solve this question. Okay, next. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate article. Okay, article, if you don't know, there's just three words: a and the. These are the three words that is known as article. So which article to place? Okay, let us look into the question number 15. Srinagar is dash Venice of the East. So Venice of the East, it is very specific, and there's only one Venice of the East. So when we talk of Venice of the East, there's only one, so we must choose the option the. Srinagar is the Venice of the East, because Venice of the East there's only one, very specific, so we must use the. Next, honesty is the best policy. Even here, we must use the, since it is speaking about the best, very specific, so we must use the. Next, we expect the train to be dash hour late. So the correct option here is an. So let me tell you something about an. An is used for words before, is given before words, before words that has a, e, I, o, u. So it is given before a, e, I, o, u. So here our, even though the spelling is in is this our spelling is it starts with an h, but when we pronounce our, we don't pronounce it as our, we say our. So the h is silent. That is why we can give, the correct article here is an. So just remember, whenever there's an a, e, I, o, u, any word that is a, e, I, o, u, we can use an. So that is basically how we solve that. Now question number 18. He gave me dash copy of the news magazine. Copy of the news magazine. So there are many of these magazine, because it's just one copy. So there must be many magazine. So when there are many things, we don't use an or the, we use he gave me a copy. Okay, when we speak anything specific, we use the. When there is a, e, I, o, u, when a word is starting with e, I, o, u, we use an. And when there are more than one, we use a. So I hope that you got whatever I'm trying to explain. 19 dash uncle of mine send me this book. So as I said before, any word that starts with A-I-O-U, we can use and A and N. So the correct option here is and, because uncle is you, so that is why. Okay. So okay, let us look into the next section, that is Parajumble. So for Parajumble as well, you must read you there's no easy way. We must just read everything and be able to connect if the be able to connect the most appropriate or the sentence or the statement that makes the most sense. But still there are some rules. Okay. Okay, let us look into this question. Okay, first rule, as I said, but any sentence cannot start with a but, so that will not be the beginning. Okay, next, any sentence cannot start with it's as well, because it can, but it is very highly unlikely. So I'm pretty sure D and E, so D and E will not be the start of this question. So here, okay, this one is the correct one. Most shoppers in India buy dairy product, vegetable, and fruit either daily or every 2 or 3 days, and the traditional trade has logged on this frequent purchases. Next, but in general, even affluent customers prefer traditional stores because they are closer to home and offer credit to familiar customers. Many will deliver free of charge. This is the third one. So this will be the first, this will be the second, this will be the third. Now many will deliver free of charge. In large part of it, in large part, it is because supermarkets are not a compelling draw in terms of price and service. It holds weaken a bit on rich customers and for less regular purchases. Packs, packet foods, soap, detergents, and other groceries and staples such as rice and grains. So this is the so the correct answer here is 1, 2, 3. A E B, then comes C, and then comes D. So the correct answer here is C. AEBCD. AEBCD is the correct answer. So that is how we solve these questions. We must be able to. There are some rules, as I said before. A sentence, the start of sentence cannot be with a but, and cannot be with its. It can be with its, but it is very unlikely. So this will be in the back. So among these three, so even from there we can eliminate many. So even from knowing, so we can eliminate that this answer cannot start with E or cannot start with a D. So just from there we can eliminate many and we can save our time. So that is how we solve such question. Okay, next, let's look into the next question. Question number 21. The poster is horrible and can't be used. The color and images are wrong. We will have to, so the most appropriate option here is we must have to do it over. So here there's no such rule. It is in speaking sense, the option that makes the most sense is this. It's this one, do it over. So that is how we solve this question. Okay, next, fill the blanks with words. Okay. A discerning publishing agent can dash promising material from a mass of submission separation separating the good from the bad. So basically the question is saying that a publishing agent can can take out the best material out of a bunch. So let us look into the option if you want to solve the question. So supplant is the correct meaning of supplant is replace. Dramatize is adding drama or something. We can just write drama. Fenestrate is transparent. But we know here is in science we say we know. So for rice also, want to when we want to take out any stones or any foreign object from rice, we we put it in this thing. I don't know in what your language you say, but in our language we say pra. In that pra we put the rice and then we try to throw it. We throw the rice in the air, and then we catch the rice with the pra, and all those foreign objects, it blows away with the wind. So that is what is meant by winnow. So the most appropriate word here that describe this sentence is winnowing, since this publishing agent is trying to take out the only the required material out of bunch. So the correct option here is winnow. Okay, next. I like the magazine, but I think we should put dash advertising in it until its circulation has increased. So here the correct option here is I like the magazine, but I think we should put off advertising in it and advertising in it until its circulation has increased. So for such question, there are no such rule. Choose the word that is the mode that sounds the most appropriate or sounds the most organic. So that is how we solve such question. Okay, next again parajumble. As I said before, let us look. Okay, option number one. Okay, a sentence cannot start with a and d, and so probably it will not be this one. So from here we can smartly eliminate. So C is not the correct option. Okay, next. This homogeneity, okay, this one also cannot be because they're speaking about some homogeneity. This homogeneity, we don't know what homogeneity. It has not been specified. Next, while coffee population with great stores of genetic diversity are better equipped to handle these menaces. While coffee population with great, okay, this one I think is the correct one. That's the first one. Okay, next, fungi and insects are separated into areas where they have never been seen before. Okay, this one. Okay, after this one, while coffee, the second one will be this one. While coffee population with greater store of genetic diversity are better equipped to handle these menaces. This homogeneity leaves circulated coffee particularly susceptible to threats from diseases, pests, and shifts in temperature and rainfall. So this is the second one. So just from here we know if the uh, answer is starting with C, so we don't even need to read the entire thing. We can directly take option number D, because the sentence is starting, this is the only sentence, this is the only option that is starting with C. So that is how we can solve directly and move on to the next section, because we must save time in the exam hall. Okay, next, identify the synonyms. Synonyms means the words that is similar. Okay, synonym means similar for the given phrasal verb. Question number 25. He is very clear, so he sniff out the answer immediately. So the most appropriate option here is discover information. Discover information, okay? Because he was able to sniff out answer, so the only thing here, the only option that matches with the sentence is discover information. Next, question number 26. He set forth his opinion during the speech. Okay, let's look into the option. Leave cannot be, begin it cannot be, ambiguous. Ambiguous is something that is vague, 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 or something that has more than two meanings. So this is not the correct option as well. Explain clearly is the correct option, is the most appropriate option. Okay, for this question. So that is how we solve such question. Okay, we will end this class here itself, to avoid to avoid dragging the class for too long. So if you got any help from this video, please do like and subscribe, and wait for the next video. We will upload it very soon.